Glacier National Park is one that's been on our bucket list for years and is, in fact, the national park that catapulted us into full-time RV life. We stumbled across an article several years ago that the glaciers were melting rapidly, and by the year 2030, there may be none left in the park. So that started us on our journey earlier than we planned. We were able to stay in Glacier on the east side in St. Mary for about 4 nights, and we were treated to 2 totally different versions of the park. While we were there, we saw a rare snowstorm in August, and Logan's Pass was covered in over 6 inches of snow, I think was the final verdict that we found. So we drove up to visit this area and play in the snow. For our youngest son, this was his first time seeing snow, and this was on his 2024 wish list, and boy did we check it off. Not only did we drive on snowy roads and see snow-covered mountains, but we were able to walk through icy, snowy sidewalks, have snowball fights, build snowmen, and just live in a winter wonderland. By the next day, when we visited again, it had already melted and there was very little evidence of its existence, but it was a magical day for us for sure. While at Glacier, we participated in 2 of the many hikes. Our first hike we did was about 4.5 miles, and we hiked out to see a couple of different waterfalls in the area along the lake. And we're treated to beautiful views, beautiful sounds, and even some of the peaks were still covered in snow. Our second hike that we did, we went up to Many Glacier and waited until after 3 o'clock when we didn't need a pass. And we only hiked a portion out to the Fresnel Glacier since we weren't really prepared to do a 9-mile one-way hike. Later in the day, the crowds were coming back in as we were going out, and we didn't see much wildlife, but we saw beautiful views changing in the light, and we caught a glimpse of the infamous glacier, although not as close as we wanted. We could easily have spent a lot more time at this park, and I see why so many people stay for a while. We do hope to visit and get back here again and spend more time and hike more trails, but boy do we have some great memories from this visit, including the Aurora Lights.